All right, y'all, come in. I'm going to make me a mix, like a smoothie. It's Valentine's weekend. So just some questions that I had that while I'm multitasking, I want to do this. And I'm going to show you the smoothie that I'm making as well. So come in, hit that like, hit that share. I just left the gym, so excuse my gym hair. Hit that thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. I really want to talk about the potential of World War III and what's going to happen with that as it relates to the economy. But I'm going to show you my mix as well, and we're going to talk about crypto. Hello, hello, Ken. Thanks for checking in. We're going to talk about crypto, passive income, and cryptocurrency. A lot of people throw phrases like passive income, yield farming. I can tell you many people are not doing it, right? They just hear it and they regurgitate it and they repeat it because of the state of the economy. So you all, again, come in, hit that like and hit that share button. Talk about some passive cryptocurrency ideas. And again, just left the gym. Nope, not on my days off. It is a day off. So come in. No, it's a Friday night, but I'm going to multitask and get this done. So this is what I'm making on my smoothie side is, let me cut my music back on. Background, some, yeah. All right, pineapple, ginger, all right. Gotta get ready for B-Day. And coconut water. All right, so let me mix this. World War III. Do you all know what that's going to do to the economy? Well, wars make the rich richer and the middle class poor. You're going to pump more money into this war with UK, right? So I'm going to do a little bit of this coconut water. Pour more money, that's probably good, into inflate the dollar to further devalue the dollar. And you're going to see inflation, hyperinflation at an all-time high. Somebody let me know how the sound is. It's like a fourth of the ginger I'm adding. So let me know how the sound is. And we'll get into how to make passive income through cryptocurrency. Right? How to make passive income through cryptocurrency. So I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not giving financial advice. Just sharing some financial information with you. And first thing you can do is, as I be careful with my knife, Voyager, for example, is a platform that you can do passive income through crypto. Celsius, I think Celsius is probably the most user-friendly one, right? Celsius, probably the most user-friendly. And then we'll discuss these three. BlockFi, right? Voyager, Celsius, BlockFi. So I'm going to talk about passive income through these three particular cryptos. It's going to be Bitcoin. I think I said Bitcoin, Ether, Ethereum, and USDC. USDC is a stable coin, right? So USDC is a stable coin. Bitcoin and Ether, more like DeFi coin, decentralized finance, where you can take a loan out against those currencies, right? So on Voyager, by staking, or it's called an interest bearing account, or IBA, interest bearing account. On Voyager, for example, you get the same interest rate rewards, um, regardless of how much you hold. You get the same interest rate rewards on Voyager, and it doesn't work all the same in um, on our platform. So no matter how much you reward, you are, oh, we got 111 people in, exactly 111 people in. Give me a second. Hope my phone doesn't fall because I don't have it. I don't have it in on a stand. In a second. Hello, Lisa. Let me put this up. I got text. Hold up. Okay, so let me go back. All right. So on Voyager, you can earn the same amount of interest rates, no matter, regardless of how much right you hold on Voyager. So it's an IBA interest bearing account, and on BlockFi, you can earn up to 4.5% on Bitcoin, 4.5% on Bitcoin, right? Tastes good. 5% on Ether, 5% of Ethereum on BlockFi, and 9% of USDC. Again, it's a stable coin. So on Celsius network, you can earn up to 8% on these interest bearing account, 8% on Bitcoin, 7% of Ether on Celsius, and 11% on USDC, right? Which is a stable coin, United States digital currency. Now, when it comes to staking, you have what's called proof of work and proof of stake. Proof of work, I have a book coming out too. Well, it's not coming out, it's available on Amazon. I want you to search for this on Amazon. It's Crypto Chris Becomes a Bitcoin Millionaire. And with Crypto Chris, what he did was he used proof of work. So it rewards you with cryptocurrency by mining the crypto, right? But that method requires, in most cases, a lot of energy, like energy to be used toward it. That's why they want more eco-friendly way to mine Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So it requires a lot of energy, a lot of computer mining, and it requires a lot of startup money, startup capital. But you can do proof of work, and you're rewarded with that same cryptocurrency or more of it, right? Carl, okay, I didn't ever say I'm in Mississippi, but I am from Mississippi. Thank you so much. I love those comments, right? I may actually be in Dallas, Texas next weekend, right? But hello from North Mississippi. Thank you so much. And so this is when you're rewarded with more crypto by mining it, right? But again, that method is a lot of startup money when you're doing proof of work. Now, proof of stake is you're locked up, period. It's kind of like a CD or a savings account, how your money would be in a CDs, not necessarily a savings account, but a CD account or a money market account that we use those terminology in the business world, where you have to keep, for example, a certain amount of money that's locked up in a money market account for maybe like 18 months to get a certain amount of interest. So that's called proof of stake. That's your lockup period. Now, through staking, right? Through staking, It's something called cold staking, right? Cold staking. And with cold staking, you can secure your cryptocurrency offline and stake it for interest bearing, right? Now, I like decentralized lending against my crypto because that means I can take out a loan against my cryptocurrency. I don't have to qualify through a FICO score, but I can take out a loan against my crypto and convert it to a stable coin, USDC, and I don't lose my crypto at the same time. So that's the best of both worlds, right? That's the best of both worlds. So you have cold staking in which you can stake and you can secure offline. But even with staking your cryptocurrency, they hold the keys. And what I mean by that is, as long as you have staking in place, even though you can secure your crypto offline in a cold wallet like Taser or something like that for security purpose, as long as you're staking it for a certain amount of time, they, initially hold the keys, meaning that you can't draw that crypto out against it, right? You can't draw that crypto out. So what people don't know is you can stake shit coins as well, right? So the coins that I like to stake are more like ADA, right? Uh, Also known as Cardano, right? Cardano, Polkadot, right? And Cosmos. So those are the three cryptos that I like to stake against. I'm in it for the long term, and I know that they're only going to increase in their asset and value. Again, staking is like having a money market account in the banks. The banks right now for a savings account is paying like 0.5 interest, 0.5% interest. So with staking, if you have to have it in there for a certain amount of period, just know they hold the keys, right, for that time frame, and you can't make any actions or move. Now, sometimes people ask me about yield farming. I really don't recommend yield farming for beginners. I drink my coconut water. Well, this is my mixture: coconut water, pineapple, ginger. Ladies, this is a good mix. Going into Valentine's, but I won't get into that. I won't tell you why. I won't get into that. But I like decentralized, right? Because I like that, and I do like staking. I told you the three cryptos that I stake on. Now, and again, I discussed what proof of work is versus proof of stake. So when you think about staking, think of a money market account, right? And cold staking allows you to secure that wallet or secure your crypto offline. Yield farming, I do not really recommend, and even though I'm not giving financial advice, I'm just giving education and information. But I do not recommend yield farming for beginners, even though the interest rate is usually, high returns up to 60%, 20%. However, there is some risk involved. So if you are a beginner and you want to look into staking, which means that you're lending out your crypto in a sense and you're getting high interest returns on it. So if you're looking into staking, then Yearn Finance is probably the most user friendly for beginners, right? Yearn, thank you so much, Lisa, for the 1111 super chat. Let me highlight that. Yearn Finance is probably the easiest for beginners. So with Yearn Finance, so research that, but be careful, very careful with staking with your crypto and learn all the intricate details. And also, you can store your wallets. It's called either a cold wallet or cold wallet is a physical storage again, but you can store it digitally as well. So do your research and do your due diligence, and just know at this point in time, right, a lot of things are better than flipping your cryptocurrency back into cash. So as we get into, oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much, Lisa. As we get into the deflation of the dollar, deflating of cash, again, as this war is coming about, you got a lot of people that owe a lot of capital gain taxes, right, on cryptocurrency because they converted it back into cash. And so I've even heard tax experts say that the government or the IRS or the feds wants record of any crypto even from as far back as 2017. Right? So some people are going to receive 1099B forms, 1099B forms. That's for your capital gains taxes. You're only taxed when it's converted back into cash. And I'm not sure, however, if you're taxed. I've read some places where it's taxed if you convert crypto into crypto, meaning that maybe you sell your capital gains on one crypto to buy more of another crypto. Right? This give you an example. Maybe you sold your Shiba Inu, your SHIB, right? And then you purchase more Bitcoin. It's just a scenario. It's still questionable if that's a tax transaction, but for sure you're going to be taxed when you convert it back into cash. So this is why the rich and wealthy only use cash and debt to get assets. Right? Assets is anything that put money into your pockets, and liabilities take things out of your pockets. And so the rich only use debt because debt is not taxed, because the banks need to create, that's why it's called fractional reserve banking. The banks needs to create more cash. So for every dollar that you put in, they're able to lend 10 times or 10x that amount. So what many people don't know is that in 1943, the Employment Tax Acts were passed, right? The Employment Tax Act was passed, or Employee Tax Act were passed. And what that caused, or what that made happen, was the government began getting paid first out of your paychecks. That's why some people open up their paychecks and they're like, oh my God, look at all my money. A lot of it is gone. Well, in 1943, the government began to get paid first out of your paycheck up to 1943. 100% of your labor, citizens was able to keep. And then in 1986, Ronald Reagan passed another tax law that really taxed any six-figure high-income earners, which is also known as the upper middle class. So now six-figure income earners had to pay more taxes. And people that made a minimal income was rewarded with child tax credit and earned income credit. So the reward of paying less taxes was to have low income. So why I'm educating you all is to get you a cash flowing business, right? Many people think that if I just open up an LLC or S corporation or C corp, that I can win against the tax game. Not necessarily. It's about how much money you make and how much of that money you're keeping also, right? How much money you're making and how much money you're keeping, because in this environment where we have inflation the highest in 40 years, and actually 1943, that was passed after World War II. In 1943, that was passed after World War II. So wars create high taxation, high debts, and high inflation, which is what we're going to see or about to experience. And so let me break it down this way. If I have a house and I'm renting that house and I have a tenant in that house is now an asset to me, because I can use debt that's taxed at 0%, and my tenant can repay the debt for me. I don't have to repay the debt. My tenant can repay the debt, and even if I'm cash flowing $100 to $200, that means I'm positive cash flow. But if that tenant moves out and I have to now look for another tenant and I'm not receiving rental income, that same house is now a liability for me because it's taking money out of my pockets. So if you have an LLC, even if it's taxed as an S corp, and you get 15% taxation, that LLC is only helping you if you're getting cash flow from it, meaning your business is profitable, is bringing you in cash flow after all of your overhead is paid. You have extra income, you're in profits, right? And you're using its tax advantages. But now the same LLC can be an asset because you're not getting any cash flow, right? You're not getting any cash flow. And although you can get the tax write-offs for it, in a situation in which inflation is happening, you also, right, want to get the cash flow coming in to help you keep up with the price of inflation. So this is the strategies you need. And again, thank you, Lisa. Let me look at some of these comments. Other than that, people, you're just operating in the red. And the government only gives you 3 years to write off negative taxes. And then you need to know all the benefits that comes along through certified CPAs of having a home-based business. And you need to know how to hire each child. And you can get all of this. But this is only available for the month of February for $129 with the experts to back it, right? Jackpot J says, you showed us love all year, Queen. Our taxes will continue our education in your class, saving one poverty time after time. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate Lisa. Michael, I appreciate the comment that I'm looking good, but guess what? Looking good doesn't pay my bills, but I do appreciate it because I just came from the gym. So that's that. You want a cash flowing asset. You want to be recession ready, like a home based business. And people just know that if you're going to do staking, cryptocurrency, that money has to be locked up for a number of months, which means you need to have positive cash flow. You need to invest for the long term. That's with any of these interest bearing accounts. So do not tell me you're staking if your cash flow is negative or neutral. But the thing about it, when as President Biden has deployed troops to go to the UK, and he has asked every American to leave Russia and these places within 48 hours, people. With the supply chain that was already at a standstill, and now war, this is strategically going to dump the dollar and bring in the central bank's digital currency. Now, a lot of times people ask me my opinion about physical gold, silver, and real estate if it's cash flowing. And to be honest with you, the rich and wealthy, they use physical gold as a hedge against inflation. The upper middle class and some poor working middle class use it as an investment. They don't use it they use it as a capital gains investment. But the rich and wealthy use it as insurance. So meaning that when you get ready to sell your gold and silver, you're still going to convert back into the US debt dollar system. And you're going to be taxed on it. And you still need tax shelters. So you need a combination of a cash flowing business, right? Because cash flow is tax lower and less than income. So you need business cash flow from a business, and you need the tax protection. You need the tax shelter. You do not need a dormant LLC or C Corp or S Corp on paper, and it's not cash flowing you. A lot of people had to shut down their home-based business, in fact, because they could not get the supplies anymore from China because America's not producing anything. So much of what they need, they can't cash flow. So you get in this cash flowing home-based business, like I'm in, that you don't need to sell products because a lot of products are going to waste. And what I mean by that you're not able to get a hold to it because China was our biggest export in the United States. And United States is not importing anything. So this is my lemon, ginger, echinacea drinking too. So I'm gonna cut my mixer on and mix this up. And that's it. So let me get ready to take a shower and join some friends. It said Preach Queen. It's on 8:31. Preach Queen, the world has you in shambles and personal issues keep us. Okay, I'm gonna reread this because the world doesn't have me in shambles, so I'm not gonna say that. The world has some people in shambles, and personal issues keep some people down bad, not me. But the United States need all dollars to go to war. Right. And the more dollars that they pump out and put into the economy, they're going to devalue it less and less, which means you're going to lose your purchasing power. And this is the thing, as long as people keep believing in external forces and they don't look into their inner power and the interactions, the inner moves and the decisions they have to make, that's the biggest scam. Jackpot J. The biggest scam is people always, you know, a mystical being is going to come from the skies and save you. Um, the rapture is going to happen according to the Bible. The rapture has already happened when Jesus Christ died and resurrected in 3 days, and then he appeared back in a spirit being and showed himself to certain disciples in his spirit form. So this already happened. Every time a depression happens, people say it's the rapture, it's the rapture. So this is going to be way worse than 2008, right? It's going to make 2008 the housing market crash like a flesh wound, because now you have a whole currency system just about to be flipped. And if people don't have a tax gain, all of their wealth is going to transfer back to the IRS and the U.S. Treasury. It is this quote or methodology that if you distributed all the wealth in the world equally among people, it will end up back in the hands of the 5%, because the 95% does not understand the difference between cash flow and income. Income is what you get from your paycheck. Is what you get as a 1099 contractor employee, because it's not business income. It's not taxed that way. It's never meant to keep up with inflation. No matter how high of a pay raise you get, your unemployment changed over the years from $7.50 an hour, I think, the minimum wage, to now almost $15 an hour. The only thing that do is decreases your purchasing power. That's why gas is $3.30 for regular and $4 for regular almost in states like California, New York, and parts of Michigan. Because as more minimum wage increases, as more dollar is circulating to the money supply, the higher it's going to increase your pricing. But the one thing you can control is that 30%, because earned income is also known as active income, is taxed higher than passive income, also known as business income. And people don't understand the power of earning business income. They only know how to perform like robots or work every time in order to get paid. They only know how to own a business versus owning a business system. It's a big difference. When you own a business system, you position yourself to make passive or residual income, and the recession, right, doesn't affect you financially because you have your tax shelters and you have another source of business income to add to your earned income. And also, once you do that strategy, the CPAs will help people properly adjust their W 4s so they can increase their take home pay out of their paycheck, which gives them positive cash flow. And this is done within 24 hours, one business day. So your next pay period, you can be cash flow positive out of your paycheck by adding this business, right, entity to it. So if you want to be recession ready, HIM 500 calls it recession proof. Text 254-788-1144. It's a 129 option right now. Investing costs to get everything I just told you about to be recession ready, except crypto. This is not a crypto investing company. This is the company or business that I leverage to help people cash flow so they can keep their crypto and not have to flip it back into cash and get highly taxed on it. So don't text me and say, Queen, I want to learn about Bitcoin and crypto. I'm going to produce a course to teach that. But this is not for that. This is for the taxation and the cash flow that you need in order to hodl so you can stay rich and wealthy in this recession, which is going to eventually be a depression. Right? So I'm signing out. I hope learning about staking, proof of work, and interest bearing account and passive income, right? USDC is a great stable coin to earn passive income out of. So I hope this was and yield farming. A lot of people say they yield farm, but I don't recommend that for beginners, right? Um, but with that being said, I hope this was a wealth of information to you. So hit the thumbs up, be safe out here, and enjoy your love weekend, right? If you cannot be with the one you love, people love the one you're with. So let me get my Isley Brothers back on and drink my Smooth Love Potion. Did you all know Smooth Love Potion is a crypto? And it's performing very, very well. Hey, y'all, Queen out. Let me do something to my hair. This is my gym hair. Queen out. Hit the thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to the channel.